Anna's collection. It really showed some interesting silhouettes, some different ideas, but at the same time, it didn't scare anybody away. Many people in the audience responded really well to that.
I was floored when I saw Daniela's. I love the leather work that she used, and there was a lot of beautiful detail. I loved the shoulders, the built-in shoulders. It was strong, it was masculine, but it was also feminine. It's something that she always does, a very androgynous look, and it came off beautiful.
I liked Rico's collection also. The dress that stood out to me the most that I would even wear is the feathered gown. I love that dress.
James Paul, the workmanship, the beauty, the cuts, the drape, amazing. Not very uplifting, but beautiful work.
Hi, designers. Welcome back.
Hi, Isaac.
Let me start by saying that you had two objectives. One was to design a collection, and the other was to blow our minds. And you did both. Congratulations. And of course, you know our fabulous judges. We have the dear Kelly Rowland.
Hello, designer.
The creator of Fashion Week in New York, Fern Malice.
Hi, everybody.
And the editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar magazine, Glenda Bailey.
Hello.
Hi.
Let me remind you, this show is all about the audience. After the show, Bravo viewers will vote and decide who is the winner of the fashion show. But they will only be selecting between 3 of you. Because today, one of you will be eliminated.
Coming up.
You've written lots of wonderful chapters. I'm just concerned that at the end of the story, you've lost the storyline.
We've asked each of you to pick the signature look from your collection, the one look that most successfully represents your vision for a particular collection.
Bravo viewers will only be selecting between 3 of you.
Out of the final 3, we, the judges, will select our favorite. And that designer will receive $10,000. You'll find out who that is next week. In the end, I think you're all fabulous winners.
Pat yourself on the back.
You guys brought a game, and that's why you're standing here. I think you really all did great collections. We were blown away. Anna, a lot of audience members stopped me and said they would wear so many of the things in your collection.
Your clothes are actually very ladylike.
They are. My favorite piece was the first dress. It said, a smart designer expressing herself and selling a really good dress.
But I think of all the collections, I think you used more specific references to things you did throughout the season.
This reminded me of that technique you created with the Chanel homage dress. And then there was a sequin thing from the Swarovski thing, and it was like a kind of Anna retrospective.
I definitely referenced things that I've done before, but I feel like I experimented.
Do you feel like it was one thing in your collection that wove it all together?
For me, it was the color. I tried to use navy across the board.
But there were lots of prints, too. There was kind of
floral print and then the
print,
elephant's print.
Bengal warriors. And
It's really hard because I did want to do a lot of different things, so editing was difficult.
As a collection, it did feel disjointed.
I really am disappointed that I haven't seen more from you.
I just really have always wanted to make clothes that people want. I want to make something that I love and that other people love. I've been working towards it for so long and so hard. It means so much. Sorry.
You've produced a lot of desirable outfits. It's like you've written lots of wonderful chapters. I'm just concerned that at the end of the story, you've lost the storyline a little bit.
Daniela, your inspiration of your armor in your collection seemed remote and arty. I thought, oh, there's a problem here. You know, Daniela lost it. And then as it developed, it started to work its magic. I thought like, oh, how smart. that someone thought about fashion of the moment and how shoulders are somehow becoming important. Almost the entire collection focused on either building up the shoulder or covering the shoulder or uncovering the shoulder.
And it created a collection and a continuity, which is what we've been talking about.
Shoulders on a woman, I think, are one of her sexiest features.
Donna Karan always said when she did the bare shoulder dress that it's the one part of a woman's anatomy where she doesn't gain weight.
I thought you showed such maturity, but also you had key pieces that everybody would want to buy.
Thank you. What I loved about your collection is the fact that, like, I could take pieces and even put it with other things.
Which is important in fashion today. You're going to buy something, you want it to be an investment that you could use over and over again.
Thank you.
One of my favorite things in the collection was the leather bustier. I looked at it and I thought, oh, Daniela, she's finally sexy. And yet you paired that with the mannish trouser. There's always something you pull back.
To me, my collection and my aesthetic is always about that balance of sexy, feminine, and androgynous, cool modernity.
Is there something sexy about that?
I definitely think it's sexy. A second skin, leather pants.
I get a little bit distracted about the fit on those pants. It's not the most flattering.
I mean, you said second skin. I didn't see any second skin in the collection. You know what I saw? I saw a kind of irony about second skin. Like, this should be tight, but it's not because the girl, she has no flesh. I noticed your girls were the thinnest of the girls on the runway. You remember a few weeks ago I called you a sizist, and I do think you better watch that because I think you have like a crazy obsession with thinness, and it would affect the marketability of your clothes. I'm not kidding.
That's a very focused look, and we want you to be successful for the widest range of customers.
I totally hear what you're saying, and I'm now very aware of it. Thank you, Daniela. Rico.
When I saw that first coat, I was so pleased. The ideas about shape that you have are really good. And then there was this very charming, pencil, slim, black suit, which I thought was a really good thing for a woman to buy. Then there was the red strapless dress that moved very beautifully and a really important shape. I thought, like, hooray, that someone actually took this shape thing seriously.
I'm not sure, Isaac. All season, Rico, we've been seeing some really beautifully constructed clothing from you. Workmanship that looked unbelievable. Like, how could you have gotten that done in the time frame? And now you had a lot of time, and it didn't look like you did anything for me that looked like those intricate, beautifully detailed clothes.
From the show, I learned to do research, because I usually just go into it and start cutting away. And so I really spent too much time doing research, and I got kind of unfocused for the first time.
I do love that you're doing research now. I think that's what you need to do as a designer. And I think you should think